Hi guys, Omar is with you. Uh, it's my first podcast, so let me tell you a little bit about this podcast. So, I'm a medical student, and I created this podcast just to give some information about health in general and fitness actually. According to my experience that I have 3 years of training and testing a lot of things on my body first of all, then on my students, and all of them got very 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 good results. So here is not just going to be speech about fitness and nutrition and though I'm gonna talk about all the subjects of medicine as much as I can, because you can say it's my life, future life, and I feel that I choose it with all my love. Like this choice of not like other Middle Eastern family. You must be doctor, yeah, son. You must be engineer. No. So, because the first podcast, I just prepared a little bit topic. Like, by the way, I'm gonna give you all the topics in a funny way. So, my first podcast will be about the wheat. Wheat, not weed, not marijuana. Wheat and wheat products. So, if we look at wheat, we can see two main compounds are in it, which are proteins and carbs. The proteins is two type of proteins inside. One of them gliadin and agglutinin, okay, which came a result of breakdown of the gluten, the major disaster. Agglutinin, let me talk about the first protein, came out of the word agglutination. If you focus agglutination, what does it mean? The protein when enters to your blood making clotting, okay, that's why name it agglutinin from the word agglutination, clotting. Or glue, which sticks in the intestine. Gliadin has a compound called gliadin derived opioid, which is the major disaster. Why major disaster I'm saying? If you notice, there is the word opioid, okay, which means addiction, like cigarette or alcohol or marijuana, anything. So, do you know why people are facing a lot of difficulties to cut pizza, for example, or bread, or macaroni, or hamburger? Simple. It's all because of that opioid compound, which is turning on the addiction places in our brain and addicting us to it. For example, we all love junk foods. We all love McDonald's, that Big Mac, the Big Tasty, that KFC. Who does not like it? Who does not like Domino's? So, let me tell you something. Do you know those junk foods are full of gluten's? And why we cannot just cutting them? Why we are facing difficulties? Because of that gliadin opioid, which is in the gluten, which came from gluten bakes. The factories or the restaurants that making those fat foods, they are taking care to make it full of glutens and will be full of sugar, by the way. So the opioid sensors in our brain will work, and of course what we will be addicted, and we cannot stop it that easy. Now let me talk about the peptides. Okay, any compound in our body like meats, fish, chicken are breaking down to 3 amino acids. That's why, like, when you are eating meat or fish or chicken breast, any kind of meat, it will be digested easy. But except the peptide in wheat, which breaks down to 4 or more amino acids, which called peptide series. That's why digestion of meats are easier than wheat. So now we know it makes us addicted. Plus, it's hard to digest it. Okay, I've always got a question, like, from my family, from my friends. So you are making us cut bread, cut macaroni, cut those things, cut, by the way, wheat products. How will live? How will be life? And all of them. The first question, the first point that they are facing me, they say that, okay, starches are useful. Okay, starches are useful, but first of all, we have something called insulin sensitivity. Okay. Oh, the bodybuilders or fitness field people knowing it very, very well. So when we are eating a piece of bread, see, if we just put the bread in our tank, not even eat it, okay, it will start to melt. You will feel that. If you want to try, but I'm not advising you to try it. So we did not eat it even, it just got dissolved. That cause of what? That cause of amylopectin A in it. So it will start to digest process. It will start to digest it in our tank first of all, before it even went to stomach, and it will enter to the blood. When it even didn't go to stomach, as we said, it is not digested yet. So what will happen? The increase of carbohydrates in our blood suddenly will be increased, which will lead to what? It will lead to increase of insulin sensitivity, which day by day will lead to get diabetes. Also the gliadin peptide has a direct relationship with depression. And people who has autism, for example, you will see the peptide is very high in them analysis. So whenever they left it, whenever you cut the peptide in diet system, they will get better, to be honest. Also, gluten is sticks, gluten sticks in the parts of absorption and digestion in our body. It will break them, so proteins will increase in the blood. If the protein increase and making it will make what? It will make allergies and of course skin diseases. Whenever we cut the gluten from the patients with allergies or skin diseases, you will see the percentage of getting well will be 30 to 40. When gluten enters the body, it will be considered as a strange protein. So body what will create? Will create antagonists, and the proteins of gluten are the same with the thyroid antibodies, the thyroid proteins, okay, thyroid gland proteins. So what will happen? The antagonist which body already created to attack the gluten which enters the body, because it is a strange compound, will the same time attack the thyroid also. So what will happen? We will get Hashimoto. Congratulations. Another compound is wheat germ agglutinin. This is called Powell toxin, which will increase the gluten sensitivity, which leads to celiac disease or intestinal poisoning. Wheat germ agglutinin also stops cholecystokinin, CCK. So when we eat wheat, all of our digestion organs will secrete this enzyme. For example, you eat gluten, what will happen? Pancreas secrete enzymes, intestine secrete enzymes, stomach secrete enzymes. All of our digestion organ will secrete, which leads to what? To stop the CCK, the cholecystokinin, which is another problem for the digestion. Now, for ladies, let's talk about some more. Do you know the gliadin will lead to the polycystic ovary for ladies, the PCO? Because to lead to disturb the insulin sensitivity, and of course fatty liver and obesity. So, which all of them will lead to the polycystic ovary, plus which all of them will lead to make the polycystic ovary for ladies, and of course for the boys will make the gynecomastia. By the way, guys, I'm from Middle East, and exactly Middle East, we love wheat products like breads, like types of sweets, candies, all of them came out from bread. I remember from my childhood till 2017, which I came out from there and I transferred to Ukraine because of my studies. I was eating rice with bread. Till now, my family, like half of them or more than, they are doing this. I remember we were eating spaghetti with bread, rice every day, blah blah blah, and those. But how I start to cut it will be not that easy that we are thinking about. I started with steps, okay, like step by step. First of all, instead of one pack of bread, I ate 10 pieces, then to 5 pieces, then blah blah blah. There's a lot of things you can use it instead of the wheat bread. You can eat the oats bread, you can eat corn bread. Nowadays I heard that there's lentil bread. It's amazing. You have the black bread, and first week I was not feeling full. As much as I ate 10 pieces or 5 pieces, I was returning back. Even rice, I was eating rice with a spoon. I could not get full. But during the process, I noticed that, as I said, there is a void in the bread. It was just it was just thinking, it was just imagination, it was not real. So what I'm going to say is that, believe me, it's not about to be full. It's not about to affect you in bad way. Opposite, all of the opposite. Instead of bread, you can eat with spoon. Why not? If still you'll not be full, okay, leave the wheat bread. Use oats bread, black bread, we have corn bread, we have a lot of things. Eat rice, why not? Why spaghetti every day? Eat rice. See the Japanese, see the Asians, see the Koreans, they are working and eating a lot of rice, but how is it so hard to find someone fat there? Why? Just think about it. Stop eating burger. Stop eating pizza. Stop eating junk foods, and start to live healthy. It's hard at the beginning, of course. To be hard, it's not easy, but it's man or be a superwoman, superman, and do it. And never forget that your health is the priority. If you begin today, it's late. Begin just now, not today, not tomorrow. Like, imagine, let me tell you a story about myself. I remember I was 140 kg, so in our celebrations in parties, when we were going to buy clothes, uh, we used to see more than 10, 20 shops to find something for me, fit me. Uh, till now, I got thin, okay? Till now, the clothes that I used to wear, I haven't. I'm keeping them. I hang them in the room. Why? To motivate me to don't get back to that time. Why? I got fit, good body shape, um, more confidence. I wear anything I want. Uh, any brand of clothes, any style, any thing according to the fashion. That's the one. Second, I become more active. So it's like that. Now I'm doing my jobs earlier, waking up earlier. Breathing easier. And so that was let me say, the first podcast. I'm sorry because of maybe there's some mistakes in it, or some I don't know, problems. But believe me, I have so less time, and I'm doing this just for fun and to give you some information to get benefit of it, to how you say, to give you the knowledge that I got it from the experience of studying, from the nutrition studying that I am doing it from 2018 till now. from 2018 till now. And so that's all. Umar was with you from Dr. OJF channel. See you in next podcast.